Welcome to this video about learning a language from scratch in the Faculty of Modern and Medieval Languages and Linguistics at the University of Cambridge. My name is Stuart Davis and I teach in the Spanish and Portuguese section.
And I'm Claudia Domenici and I teach in the Italian section.
So first thing you probably need to know is which languages you can actually study for the entire degree course from scratch with us in the MML, or Modern and Medieval Languages degree course, or TRIPOS as we call it at Cambridge. And you can see here there are 5 languages that you can choose to study without prior knowledge at A-level standard. So you might have GCSE, or you might have had a chance to study this language in some other venue beforehand. But if it's not up to A-level standard, then we would normally expect you to start from scratch. So you can do that with German, with Italian, Portuguese, Russian, or Spanish. So you can see the only language that we do offer at degree level that's not on this list is French. But you don't have to limit yourself to one of those languages. So even if you come and study 2 languages with us, both at A-level, or if you come and study 2 languages with us, one at A-level standard previously and one from scratch, you also have the opportunity to start a 3rd language from scratch as part of your MML degree course. And currently you can see here we have 5 languages available there. So Catalan, Modern Greek, Polish, Portuguese, if you're not already studying it as a main language, of course, and also currently Ukrainian. So these are courses that you can normally do from your 2nd year, also perhaps in your final year of your degree course. And in some cases, you can do the same language in both years and develop a 3rd language strand very strongly as part of your degree course.
So how would you go about choosing what ab initio language to start? You may consider choosing a language that is in contrast with your A-level language. So if you're doing French for your A-level, you might consider doing a language from a Germanic group like German, or indeed become an expert of Romance languages and go for French and Spanish or French and Italian. What about your personal interest? Are you particularly interested in the culture or any other area of a specific country? This might be the occasion to also learn the language, which of course would open up completely many doors and complete your interest. And what about your future plans? Are you considering living in another country or working for international organizations, or considering teaching and then teaching languages? So of course there are many good reasons why you could pick a new language at university level. All you need to do is explore our website, where you find more information about what is on offer in all the languages that you can pick up as an ab initio language with us. So what you do when you study an ab initio language at Cambridge, you will have between 3 and 5 contact hours per week for language learning. And this includes faculty language teaching plus college supervision, which is the teaching that happens in your college in smaller groups. And then you'll have a weekly lecture on culture, and that will be on the introductory course to the culture of the new language, so to speak, where you will be exposed to the a range of cultural products or periods, really to give you the opportunity to explore what are the main features of the language that you chosen, so that then you can further your interest in your with choosing courses, relevant courses in your 2nd and final year. Now, with language, of course, the course is very intensive because there is the necessity to bring up the language to a level good enough to tackle text, cultural products in authentic language. So the course is fast and fairly intensive. And we study all the 4 skills of the language, of course, with translation, writing skills, oral and speaking skills are well developed, all of 4. Certainly the ab initio language will take up a fair amount of the time of study in your 1st year, but of course it kind of carries works alongside your other language. Right. When you study a language or languages, you are generally defined as a linguist. But of course, it's very quick to discover that as a linguist, you actually end up exploring so many different areas that work very closely together. And so, as you see here, you'll probably, in fact, definitely end up being a philosopher, a historian, a literary critic, a film critic, a translator, an interpreter, and a linguistician, and even an ethnographer at some point during your degree, which means that all these amazing skills will be applicable to many areas of your future careers.
So you might be wondering a little bit about how you apply to study an ab initio language as part of your MML degree course, and what kind of things you might do to show that you are genuinely motivated and interested in that. And picking up on all of those different skills and discipline areas that Claudia was just mentioning, explore something along those kinds of lines beforehand. As I said earlier on, you may already have some exposure to the language. You may have a GCSE, or you may have been able to pick up some language from self-teaching or in some other classes. And that's absolutely fine. We do also have students who come with absolutely no language knowledge in the area at all. But have a look at, just some of the ideas that we've mentioned here that you might want to explore and find out whether this is the right language or the right kind of culture that you are really genuinely interested. So you might look at literature in translation, of course, and read in English. You might think about some of the linguistic structures. As Claudia said before, you might be interested in a language which is very different to a language you're currently studying, from a different family group, or one that's actually closely related. And you can have explore how those languages might differ from English, of course, or the language you certainly will have already alongside another foreign language as well. Or it might be that you're looking at other cultural products like art or film, or even history, philosophy. Any of those kind of cultural things will really show us that you're aware and interested in what our degree course offers to you, which is not only as you heard, lots of language teaching input to really build that language knowledge, but also a whole range of different cultural elements as well. And here on this slide, just some visual depictions of exactly the kinds of things that you might explore on your own and write about in your personal statement when you're applying to university. So this might be Russian propaganda, Italian film, French literature, Brazilian politics, Mexican history, Italian philosophy, Portuguese and Spanish linguistics and dialects. These are just a few of the many different things that you might want to explore to show us that you're really interested in our degree course, and to be sure yourself that this is something that you really want to study and learn about as well.
So I think it's we've given you a good idea of how starting a new language can be extremely interesting and certainly very rewarding. The last thing I would say is that we have many ab initio students, of course, starting a new language in the first year, and by the time they have been out on the year abroad and come back in part 2, it's literally impossible to distinguish who started the language with us or who came in with an A-level, which is a sign that starting a new language is very rewarding.
Absolutely. So please don't delay in asking further questions of the faculty. If you want to find out more, go to our website. You'll find our contact details there and learn lots more about the exciting opportunities of learning a language with us. Thank you for listening.